All right, so I guess we should start, right? I would like to start with myself, with self-centered. Yeah, you haven't seen me, so I would like to introduce myself. So this dorky-looking guy in the middle is me. I'm originally part of a search engine optimization team, but I also work as a marketer at SendPulse. So yeah, I've always been interested in chatbots, and since ChatGPT came out about 3 months ago, yeah, it became really, really popular, and it just fascinated me. When I first touched upon this technology, I was really shocked, like how much can it do, and I already started thinking like this is probably a very powerful tool when it comes to marketing and content creation. And I think a lot of small business owners and marketers had exactly the same thought. And today, we're going on this webinar, we're going to touch upon some topics upon the ways that you can use this ChatGPT and GPT-3 integration with SendPulse and maybe use it for your benefit, to develop your business, right? Okay, so let's start. Let's get this out of the way and sort things out with what exactly is ChatGPT and GPT-3, because some people see these terms and they go crazy, like what's the difference, what's it's all about. So there is this company, OpenAI, right? And they started on developing this AI-based chatbot long time ago. What did they do? When they collected all the sorts of information available on the internet, all these data sets, all these articles published on the internet. They collected all this information and they started teaching their chatbot. It took some time, yeah, but then it transformed into this ready-made product, ChatGPT. At this point, ChatGPT is a language model developed by this company. It uses like very complicated algorithms and all the information they learned from these data sets to produce basically content, but also answer queries and answer questions, solve problems that the user comes to this chatbot and ask questions, puts questions to this chatbot, right? So ChatGPT basically right now it's sort of a demo website. It's not exactly, well, it is application, but it's built in a form of a demo website that OpenAI company provides, where you can come to this website, register, and ask this chatbot some questions. Now, it has some crazy capabilities. But then there is GPT-3, right? What is GPT-3? So basically, this is the same ChatGPT, but it's a sort of an older version of ChatGPT. GPT-3 is like an older brother. It's not probably as developed, although I can't really tell the difference. And if you happen to take a look at it, I don't think you will see the difference. So the main difference is that ChatGPT is this demo website, and the OpenAI company is not exactly ready to give you API access. So you cannot really use it somewhere else apart from their website. But GPT-3 technology is interesting for us because it already has this API that you can get this API from OpenAI company and use it to your benefit. In this case, within the chatbot builder on SendPulse platform. Okay, so like I said, GPT-3 is a demo website, and GPT-3, ChatGPT is a demo website where you can ask all sorts of questions, maybe generate content, maybe solve some other. Well, if you are if you are still a student, it can help you do your homework for you, right? But marketers may use it to their benefit in all sorts of scenarios. So GPT-3 is like I said, is an older version, but it already has this API that we can access and integrate it into our chatbot. Whether it's your Facebook chatbot, maybe you have an Instagram account and want to create chatbot there. Maybe you have most of your customers come from WhatsApp. You can build a chatbot there and integrate AI technology there so that it can actually look and perform more like a person, not a pre-programmed chatbot. All right. So here you can actually go ahead and ask ChatGPT, what is it? Yeah, ask some questions, and it will produce this sort of answer. If I want to summarize this answer, it's a very capable tool that can answer all sorts of questions, but it can also generate content like blog posts, product descriptions. Maybe you have some descriptions under your posts on social media. It's also very, very capable for that too. And it also can structure data. It can write code. I've seen some crazy videos on YouTube where developers actually used it to generate code. They built the whole websites with the help of ChatGPT and GPT-3 technology. So yeah, that's about it. Now there is maybe a small difference. On this slide, you can see I actually asked it to explain the quantum computing in 20 words, and we see the difference in answers. So ChatGPT, it followed the instructions like very carefully, and it gave a concise answer where you can actually read and understand. But when I asked the same question, but I asked through this integration of GPT-3, as you can see, it gave a more wide answer, and it's not exactly what I wanted. But since it's like an older version, it has to be trained a little bit more. So you would have to be more careful with your input, so to say. Yeah, because it's still learning. And if you go back a couple of months and read the first articles it produced and the first impressions that all the YouTubers and the marketeers shared their experiences about ChatGPT, they are a bit different than what they are now because they put some limitations to ChatGPT, but it's still very capable, especially when you want to use it as a sort of a customer support chatbot or a sales chatbot. It's a very capable machine. Okay, let's go. Okay, so basically, ChatGPT and GPT-3, it's a text, it's a language model, right? It was trained on a huge amount of data. All these, like I said, all these articles on the internet, all these data sets, and the developers of the OpenAI company, they tried to teach it to give the best possible answers. And with a few minor tweaks, you can basically give instructions to produce all sorts of content if you want, and it can be very helpful in for your business. So when it comes to GPT-3, like I said, GPT-3 is already available as an API integration. But ChatGPT, you can only use it on OpenAI company official website. So that's it. Okay, now let's move over to some tips of using ChatGPT and GPT-3. Like I mentioned, I'm originally a member of a SEO team, and I've been using ChatGPT and GPT-3 technology for a couple of months now, and I especially like how it can help me with generating articles, because my work is mostly connected with articles and producing good content so that the search engines can notice you and like get more responses from the customers. So yeah, one of the best used cases, and the one that I'm most familiar with, is generating articles, meta descriptions, some tags, some descriptions for social media posts, and so on. This is a very capable machine. Other variants where you can use ChatGPT is you can simplify and rephrase some of the articles that you already have, for example, on your blog. Let's just say you have this evergreen content that is very popular with the users and readers of your blog, and you wanted to have the same effect on your social media channels. So you take this your popular blog post, you give it to ChatGPT and ask him to write a concise summary and sort of transform it to suit the social media scheme, so it looks natural for social media posts, and it can easily do it for you, and it will well, sure, you will have to make a few tweaks and changes, but basically it gives really good results. Another use case is you can generate YouTube subtitles, and you can use ChatGPT to generate video descriptions. If you go while you're here on this channel, you can click our latest videos with my face on it. Yeah, I have some videos there. You will see the product, not product descriptions, but YouTube descriptions, video descriptions. Those are all written with the help of ChatGPT. We had to make a few changes, but most of the work was done by ChatGPT, and I think it's amazing. Also, you can use this language model to extract specific types of data from the text. For example, you have this huge text and you want to extract only numbers, or maybe you have the database that contains all sorts of information, but you only need to extract phone numbers or emails. So you give it to your chatbot and he will produce the content that you asked for in a form of a table, for example. So yeah, very easy, and definitely saves a lot of time. Next, well, I mentioned this already when talking about SEO, when we make meta descriptions. But if you have an e-commerce store, you can use the ChatGPT to write product descriptions for your products so that they look more appealing to the customer. So let's say you have a landing page that you are creating, or you are building a landing page for your website and it doesn't have product descriptions. Just write a few sentences describing what exactly you want from the chatbot to do, and he will come up with a very impressive product descriptions. Or if you provide services, yeah, it will help you describe these services and what exactly your business does. And of course, since SendPulse is a basically marketing automation platform, and one of our highlights, so to say, is a chatbot builder. As Nastya mentioned, we offer services. We offer tools, and you can use these tools to create your own chatbots. And since we have integration with OpenAI company, now you can integrate your chatbot that you've built on SendPulse platform. You can integrate not ChatGPT, but GPT-3. You can integrate with your existing chatbot, or you can build a new one and integrate GPT-3 into your chatbot. This saves time because you don't have to write long flows of messages, right? Because if you are building chatbot on your own, it's not an AI chatbot. You would have to write questions and answers and triggers and all these sorts of things so that your chatbot can work. But with this integration, it will take, I don't know, it will take like 15, 20 minutes. If you already know like what to write to your chatbot, how do you want it to behave? All right, on this slide, we can see that my colleague Alina used GPT-3 to generate this post. This particular post, if I'm not mistaken, it was on Facebook, or maybe it was LinkedIn. I'm not sure. Anyway, she used GPT-3 to generate this post. You can see that it's really impressive. I mean, you would have to think and spend a lot of time to come up with this post, but you just add some questions, give some instructions to a chatbot, and he comes up with this post. Sure, you would want to give it a short review, maybe make a few changes, a few tweaks, so to say, so that it like sort of sounds like you would sound on social media. But it definitely saves a lot of time. All right, here is an example of a video description that we asked ChatGPT to generate for our video. And so in the first part, you give a description of what exactly do you want the chatbot to do. You give some instructions, you give some details, specifics, and the chatbot produces a description. Well, sure, it looks a little bit too long to my liking. I would change it a little, maybe make it shorter. But again, if you want to get better results, you have to be sort of extra careful with your instructions. One of the benefits of ChatGPT is that you can give follow-up questions and give follow-up instructions, and it will change already existing content and make it more the way you want it. All right, so how do we start with this whole ChatGPT thing? As you can understand, ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI company, and this is exactly where we should start. So we will have this link in the description to this video, and also you can see it on your screens as well. So head over to OpenAI company website, and here you will be greeted with all sorts of uses that you can put your ChatGPT to your benefit, right? By the way, to register on this platform, you would have to use your mobile phone. If I'm not mistaken, OpenAI company has limited the access to their platform from some of the countries, but the majority of the countries still have access. So you should check the eligibility of your phone number to register on this platform. But if you live in the US, you should probably have no problems at all. So as you can see, right from the start, OpenAI has this landing page when it shows all major things that you can do. Because when I first got acquainted with the ChatGPT, I didn't really know what to do. But then when you have some hints, when you have some tips, you can start and maybe develop your ideas on the go. What do you want to do with your chatbot? Because some ideas come on the spot, and then you put them into action, so to say. So just a few examples. Maybe I've mentioned some of them, but you first of all can generate content. On my experience, the best to use to generate blog posts. It can really help you with keyword research. It will only suggest the best keywords, the most usable. Also, you can generate product descriptions. You can generate some descriptions for your social media posts. Maybe you want to make a video. You can ask ChatGPT to write you a script for this video, right? You want to, for example, you're active on Instagram, and as you know, Instagram is exploding with reels right now. And you can ask your ChatGPT, not your ChatGPT, OpenAI ChatGPT, to help you with these ideas for these reels, because to produce some really good reels, you have to be really original, and to get those views, you have to use some good ideas. So yeah, this is one of the options and one of the ways you can use ChatGPT. But to better understand this, you should go ahead and try it for yourself. All right. So how can we use ChatGPT integration that we have with OpenAI company in your existing, or if you are new to this channel, to this company, maybe you want to build a new chatbot. How can you start? So as you can see, SendPulse platform helps you build chatbots for various platforms. Here you can see Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, and Instagram, and Facebook. Yeah. So you can use ChatGPT integration to build a customer support chatbot or a sales chatbot that will help you guide your potential customer to the purchase. And this is really important, because when the customer lands on your website and he doesn't find the information that he needs, maybe a product or a service, he needs some additional information. Where does he go? Yeah, chatbot. Okay, so how do we start? You go to OpenAI company website and sign up. Like I said, you would have to use your mobile phone. Then, once you registered, you will be forwarded to your account. There, you will have some options, like you would be able to view your API key. You would be able to view the number of tokens that you have available. And this is exactly what we need. We need to get this API key and copy it, because we will need it later when we are actually building a chatbot on the SendPulse chatbot builder. Okay, so then we would have to go to the SendPulse and enable this Chat GPT or GPT-3 integration in the bot settings. And once you're clear with that, you would have to write prompts and sort of restrictions for your chatbot, because you don't really want to answer all sorts of questions. I will talk about this later, these tokens, they are not free. So yeah, you would have to limit the answers of your chatbot. Okay, so on this slide, you can see how the website looks, OpenAI platform. You can see some of the buttons that you can click through and look over the menu. So view API keys, that's exactly where you would find your personal secret API key that you would later need to use while building a chatbot. So that's about it. I think you'll be able to navigate it easily. Next, when you sort things out with OpenAI on their platform, when you found your API key, go over to SendPulse and open the chatbot builder. And here you will be presented with this window where you would have to input this secret API key that OpenAI company kindly provided you with this key, right? Okay, and here you can also see the model. What exactly is this? This chatbot, ChatGPT, was built on a variety of language models. They, if I'm not mistaken, they are Ada, Babbage, Da Vinci, and maybe one more. You correct me if I'm forgetting one. Right in the comments, maybe you heard one more. I think I'm forgetting one. Okay, but in this case, we are using Da Vinci, and I'll tell you why. It's not only my opinion. I've seen some videos on YouTube that people that interacted with this language model say that Da Vinci is probably one of the most developed ones. But also it's kind of the most expensive one. So if your business doesn't really need sort of super complicated chatbot, you can go for cheaper models, and this way you will probably be able to save some money. Yeah, because this API key is not free. Well, OpenAI is a company. A company has to earn money. It's a business, right? So they cannot provide these services for free. So yeah, you can choose here the language model. In this case, it's Da Vinci, and then you will have this window where you will put instructions and of course the number of tokens. As you can see here, you can limit the number of tokens, because maybe at this test period you should limit it so that it doesn't spend all these free trial tokens. Okay, let's move over to the next slide. And so here you can see we already integrated GPT-3 technology into our Facebook Messenger chatbot. Yeah. Now, when you don't really have these specific instructions for a chatbot, it can already give answers like a usual chat GPT, right? But do you really need that on your website? I don't think so. Because why? Why? I don't think so. Because, like I said, these tokens aren't free, and you should limit how the chatbot uses these tokens, because you will run out of money really quickly, and business shouldn't be wasting money. Business should be earning money, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. So here you can see how we can actually start building a chatbot. This is a window on SendPulse chatbot builder. And in case you have already a chatbot on our platform, you can integrate GPT-3 into this existing chatbot. Now, it does not turn off your chatbot. It will work perfectly fine. All these triggers, all these flows of messages that you've built earlier, they will work just fine. It will only start working if the customer goes beyond suggested options. in your chat that your chatbot can produce. Then this integration comes into play, and it can give answers. It can answer the queries that the customer might have. So yeah, but if you are building from the ground, from the scratch, you would have to add the API key and give this bot instructions. But even without the instructions, it will be able to work, like I said, right? So like here, right, we don't have instructions. On this slide, you can see that we haven't given the bot any instructions yet, and it's already given answers. This is Messenger, Facebook Messenger chatbot. It can already give answers about itself. If you ask some questions, it will give you answers. But like I said, you would have to limit that. Now, here we already gave this bot some instructions. We asked him to talk only about SendPulse and only to talk about the integration with OpenAI company, and that we work with these channels and messengers like Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and Instagram and WhatsApp, right? So these are like first major limitations for our chatbot. And this is a good thing because you don't want those tokens to be spent on something else. Okay, but still, even with these limitations, with these instructions, if you ask this chatbot to multiply 2 by 3, it will give you the results, right? Again, you don't want that. You want your chatbot to be all business-like and only give answers connected with your business, with your services, with your products, with prices and existence of these products in stock, right? So yeah, you would have to limit that as well. So here we also gave this bot some instructions that it can give information about the team members of our company. And while it wasn't really correct, it didn't give the right answer. Like I said, it's a very powerful tool, but it's still not perfect. It cannot really always guarantee 100% correct answer. So in this case, you can see that it didn't give the correct answer, and you would have to monitor the replies of your chatbot and maybe sometimes add some more instructions so it behaves the way you want it to behave, right? Okay, so if, for example, one of the ways to limit these unnecessary answers, you would want to add in the instructions if you don't want the bot to answer these questions apart from the services and products that your company provides, that your business provides. You can input, I'll need to check that, right? So you want your bot not to know the answer. He maybe knows the answer, but you don't want him to know the answer. So you limit these answers by giving more instructions. Okay, so, and in this case, like I said, it helped. And when we give some additional questions that have nothing to do with our business, with the help of additional instructions, your chatbot will say, I'm sorry, I don't have any information on that. And that's a good thing. Why? Because you are not spending those precious tokens. Yeah, it's kind of important. And when the user, not user, your customer wants to play around with your chatbot, once the chatbot starts giving these answers, these stale, short answers that lead to nothing, he will get bored with that, and he won't waste your sort of money, right? He will be asking questions only about your company and the products and services that you provide. Okay, on this slide, you can see the possible prompt that you would want to give to your chatbot, so it behaves basically the way you expect it to behave. So you would give in the prompts, you would have to write the company name, the working hours, maybe some contact information, maybe some general sentence, maybe not one sentence, but a few sentences, what your company is all about, like what services you provide, what products do you have. Maybe you sell clothes, maybe you sell some accessories. So the chatbot goes around this topic and it doesn't stray from this major topic, which is your business, your company, right? Okay, now let's talk about some issues that we might have with this integration. And the first issue, like I said, is the price. It's not exactly cheap, but also it's not super expensive. So the price, as you can see, is the official pricing provided by OpenAI company. We don't charge anything. The OpenAI company charges the money for these tokens. So as you can see, 2 cents per 1,000 tokens. It's not every particular case is special, and you will see how your bot spends these tokens. But the company, OpenAI company, gives you this free trial. If I'm not mistaken, it's $18. The number of tokens for $18, and you'll be able to test it and see whether it works for you or it's totally not worth your money. But something tells me that it will be worth the while, because like I said, it's really powerful tool, and we are only starting to understand how we can use it to our benefit. Okay, now the next issue is the database is outdated. I already mentioned that. Did I? I probably did. The OpenAI company, they used all these data sets and all this information available on the internet before 2021. If you ask ChatGPT questions and you want the information concerning in the reference to this time period, it will work perfectly fine. Everything after that, he won't probably give you the correct answer, because it's not connected to the internet. It sort of is connected to the internet, but in the same time it's not. It doesn't access new information. It only uses data sets from 2021 and earlier. So it will give you some irrelevant information if you ask some questions that go after this date. Okay, and yeah, that's probably it for the issues. Oh, well, I should probably mention that now OpenAI company and the developers, they are sort of working to improve ChatGPT, but it's a double-edged sword, so to say, because they put a lot of limitation. On one hand, it's good, because chatbot shouldn't be able to help you build a bomb, for example, right? Or maybe create a Molotov cocktail. So they limit these harmful queries. Chatbot cannot answer these harmful queries. Although some of the people I've seen on Twitter and on YouTube, they try to bypass these limitations by asking ChatGPT to be sort of an alter ego of ChatGPT. They call it Dan. They ask him that you no longer have. They tell them, like users tell ChatGPT that they know that ChatGPT has no longer these limitations and can give answers. So OpenAI company and the developers are working on limiting the answers. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because at this point people aren't as impressed with ChatGPT as they were like 3 months ago. It's still super powerful, but you already don't have as much information. You can't really get as much information as you used to like 2 months ago. But it's probably a good thing as well. Okay, and here we have one more use case for ChatGPT is the manual OpenAI bot launch and integration of this chatbot to produce images. Yeah, so you would have to ask chatbot to generate images for you. Personally, I wouldn't use it exactly this model to generate images. OpenAI company has developed a separate model, a language model to generate images. It's called DALL-E. Put a plus in the comment section if you got the reference. So yeah, this language model was especially designed to generate images, but still, even with the help of this integration, you can still generate images with the help of GPT-3 integration. Yeah, so I don't really want to go into details because it's sort of a more technical question. You would have to consult our knowledge base. I think if there aren't already, there will be instructions on how to adjust your chatbot so that it can not only produce like written content but also produce images. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, you can with the help of this integration, you can produce written content. You can produce articles. You can produce descriptions, product descriptions, video descriptions, scripts for your videos, and so on. And also, if you are tech savvy, you can go ahead, use our platform, and make your chatbot make images for you. Okay, if you have any questions, that would be the time where you ask them in the comment sections, and I will try to answer to the best way possible.
Thank you, Alex, for your introduction into
My pleasure.
a ChatGPT and GPT-3 integration that we can install with the use of SendPulse. We have a couple of questions. First is about the certificates. That's an essential question that we have at each webinar. Of course, we'll make certificates, we'll generate them, but not with the GPT-3. And we will send them by the end of this week. Also, we have question about the possibility to provide longer prompts. It's the prompt you put in at the chatbot settings. As far as I know about this matter is that when there are some limitations, because in the SendPulse you will have to take into calculation when sending information to OpenAI company, you take the previous questions and prompt in itself as long as the question, the current question of your customer, of your user, and it helps to keep up with the context that you have in your chat with the chatbot. So yes, there are some limitations to the prompt itself. Maybe you can ask our support team to have the specific number or to know what is the limit actually, and maybe you can suggest the ways you will want it to operate for your business.
If I may, the problem with this limit of to make longer prompts, the thing is that the tokens are calculated not only the answers that the chatbot gives, but the tokens are calculated also when the customer asks a question, and also your prompt, your instructions. So the longer your instructions, the longer the questions of your customers, and the longer the answers of your chatbot, the more tokens you spend. And this is not exactly savvy. So you would have to think over your instructions very carefully and to make them as concise as possible, but in the same time as informative as possible, because it will influence the number of tokens you're spending. So yeah.
Yeah, so the answer is yes. It's limited on the SendPulse. It comes from us, and the answer is just we want you not to spend so much tokens.
So you can write like a big description, and it will sure be good for your chatbot. But it will also you will also spend more money on this longer description.
Exactly. Also, we have a question from Vishwa about how can we create chatbot for the website using OpenAI integration.
So you would have to register with SendPulse first, go to our dashboard for the chatbot builder, and then you
Excuse me, we couldn't hear the last things you were saying. Probably it has to do something with your AirPods. Maybe they run out of the, yeah. Since Alex is changing the settings in the StreamYard, I will answer the last question we have here is that can we integrate customized ChatGPT in mobile app? I'm not sure about that. You can integrate, as of today, you can integrate ChatGPT with the help of our integration into a chatbot that is created within Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, or Telegram. But as long as using it for a mobile app, it's probably with the direct API from OpenAI company, not with the help of the SendPulse. Okay, Alex, we can try. You're muted.
hear me now?
Oh, now I can hear you.
No, that's great. So, can we integrate customized ChatGPT in a mobile app? Well, at this point, I'm afraid this is not an option, as far as I know. Maybe I don't have the latest information on the development of our integration, but as far as I know, it's not yet available.
Yeah, and as Alex mentioned in the webinar itself, ChatGPT API is not available, but GPT-3 API is available. for you, so you can use direct GPT API into your app. But as long as mobile app using chatbots created with SendPulse, I'm not sure about that. I guess that's it for the questions. I don't see anything new here. Also, I wanted to mention that we have all of the links in the live chat on the YouTube website. And if you're watching this in that webinar is actually ended and you're watching the recording, you can find all of the links in the description below the video. And thank you, Alex. Maybe you want to add something more. Oh, actually, I have one question for you. It's not about the webinar. It kind of is okay. Do you think how GPT will change marketing world, and are we in danger? Will it steal our jobs? What are we going to expect in
Well,
the
I can
nearest
only
future?
tell from my experience. Like I said, I've been playing around with ChatGPT by creating blog articles and meta descriptions, and a lot of marketers like me did the same. And I've seen like in the past months, maybe a couple of weeks, there are solutions appearing on the market that can track the AI generated content. At this point, it's not exactly very well designed, and it doesn't really see 100% in 100% cases whether the text was written by ChatGPT. So if you make a few changes, a few of your own words, it will see as it was a text written by human. But I think we will see some development in this sphere. So for AI chatbot that generates text, there will be AI chatbot that can see this text generated by an AI, and so we have to be really careful with that, because search engines may apply this in their algorithms to downgrade your content. For example, if it was written purely by AI solutions. So as you know, search engines are more centered on human produced content. So that would be important. But I don't think that in the nearest future, ChatGPT or any other AI solutions will take our jobs away. Because not yet. Maybe tomorrow.
Great to hear that. Thank you again for joining us today, and thank you for your presentation.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Good.
See you next time. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because there are plenty of videos with Alex himself, so you don't want to miss that.
That's true. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.